I just woke up, so do not talk about my energy in this video. It's early and I gotta go to class. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Also subscribe. Again, this will not be a video that I edit. This is gonna be me giving you guys the real and a little less than 10 minutes. Hopefully. Let's get into it. So basically, I am in my nursing program, and I told you guys this on my last video. So if you want to learn anything about, nursing programs or like how it's going for me, what I think, what I'm going through, go back and check those videos out for me. But this video is specifically for my CNAs out there, people that want to become CNAs, people that are thinking about being a CNA, or people that are already in the role of a certified nursing assistant and might want to move on to something else moving forward. We are almost at 7,000 subs. I think we're like 300 away, which is crazy to me. We gained so many views and subscribers on the last video, and it hasn't even been 24 hours yet. So I figured if this is a hot topic, I'm going to retouch on it with more advice. I feel like a lot of CNAs get stuck. I feel like they start working. I think you start making a little bit of money. I think you see the outcome of working extra shifts, bonuses. That's something that someone talked about in the comment section below. And I agree. If you can work your 3 days and you can fathom that and deal with that, and then come back and work another day, and that's all bonus, which means you can make anywhere from an extra $750 to an extra $500 on top of your pay just for that shift. I think that's the benefit of CNA work. If you're working at an agency, if you're working at a hospital, if you're working at a nursing home, I don't know any role that doesn't have access to bonuses. I think bonuses help. I think bonuses is very attractive, and it keeps people coming through the door. But at some point, that does get old, and I feel like you get so accustomed to making that money, and you get so accustomed to the access to bonus and being able to be like, oh, I want to take a trip, so I'm gonna work like 2 extra shifts this week and then 2 extra shifts next week, and then you have extra $2,000 to play with, basically. Or you have something you want to buy and like, oh, I'll just work at half of this shift, or work 8 hours instead of 12 or 4 hours, and that's like an extra $200 and some dollars. Like, I see the how easy it is to kind of become a CNA and kind of get stuck, which is what I see a lot. Like, I ask people, how long you been CNAs? They say, oh, 5, 7, 10 years. And if that is for you, then that's for you. I don't knock that at all. But not everyone wants to be a CNA that long. I know I didn't. So yeah, basically I wanted to tell you guys as like a precursor, but not really a precursor, more topics on how to not get stuck. And this is something I talked about last video just a little bit. I didn't really touch on it too much, but yeah, rewind. I see a lot of people get stuck. I see a lot of people become CNAs and be CNAs for 5, 10 years, and I feel like, why is that happening? Now we know why that's happening. How can we stop that from happening? These are my books in the back. I got to take some of these to class today. So this is a insight and like a warning to get a bigger book bag, because you're going to be carrying a lot of books. But yeah, so I feel like every CNA should be thinking about the next move. I've been preaching this for about 1.5 years now. If you are a CNA, you need to be thinking about your next move. You need to be thinking about what you can do to level up. Not necessarily level up, but just like get out of what you're doing right now. Because like I said, being a CNA does become old. I did it for 2 years, and it was just starting to become old because I was so excited about doing school, and I had an opportunity to go to school, but the cost was super high, so I decided to delay it about 6 months and then try again at a different school, which worked out in my favor. But I feel like the first thing is just taking that leap, jumping away from your norm, jumping away from your comfortability, and trying something else. If you want to do LPN, if you want to do BSN, if you want to do RN program, there's many programs out there that you can try. Not everybody has to become a nurse either. You can do a DPT program, radiology, become like an ultrasound ultrasound tech, a scrub tech. There's a lot of different options. Respiratory therapist. I don't know why that word vomit like that, but respiratory therapist. There's a lot of options that you can take, and I feel like a lot of people get stuck as a CNA because it's easy. In some cases, it's easy, as in like the workload is not going to be easy. But once you get a grasp on what you're doing and kind of get like your schedule and rapport with your management and team, it gets kind of easy. It gets kind of easy, and it's super easy to become complacent in that. Even if you're switching the units, the job itself doesn't change. Some of the tasks that you might have to do will change, but the job itself won't change. And I feel like it can get easy. I can see it being like a not invasive job. It's very much surface level, and when you become a nurse, it gets super invasive, a lot more invasive than it did when you was a CNA, or when you were a CNA, or a nurse's aide, or patient care tech, whatever you guys call it in your region or state. But everybody needs to be taking some form of class, at least just to see if you can even handle the schoolwork. I know there's a lot. They have options at community college. While my first year that I was taking classes to basically enroll into a RN program or BSN program, I worked as a CNA, and I took all of the prereqs that I needed for my ABSN. If you didn't already know, I already have a degree. I graduated from the University of North Carolina at Charlotte. Go Niners. And the first year, I worked for 2 years, 2.5 years outside of nursing. And then I came to nursing about 3 years after I graduated, which means that entire year I spent taking prereqs to apply to an ABSN program. And I applied to a bunch. I got denied from like one, applied to another one, got in, applied to another one, got in, and went there. I will never tell y'all where I go because it's none of your business. But yeah, so I took classes, and it was hard having to go to work at night, class in the day, work at night, class in the day. But I had the end goal in mind, and I knew I didn't want to be a CNA forever. And I'm getting this sentiment a lot from you guys too. You guys are commenting. You don't want to be CNAs forever. You don't want to be working as a nursing's aide, patient care tech, nursing assistant for too long. I don't think anyone does. It's hard work. It's hard on your body. Not too much hard on your mental, but very hard on your body and hard on your patience. So it can wear down on your patience if it's taking a little too long. And I know people that's been trying for a lot longer than me. But yeah, back to the steps, because I feel like I'm getting repetitive, and y'all know I can go off on a tangent super quick. Everybody needs to be taking classes, right? Everybody needs to be thinking about that next step. I don't want to sell you guys a dream. I've been telling you guys a dream, from what some of y'all are telling me about going like to be a CNA, and I've changed my sentiment. I used to say, you need to be a CNA for however long you can before you decide to become a nurse. But now I'm saying you can figure this out within 6 months. You can figure this out within 6 months. You can figure this out within 9 months. You can figure this out pretty quick to see if this is something that you want to do or not. I think the time period came from seeing if you wanted to actually do it and become a nurse, or see yourself in the position of being a nurse. But it doesn't take you a year to do that. Not at all. Not a chance. And this is the message that I'm pushing to you guys now. I'm pushing for you guys to go to school after 6 months, after 9 months, or after a year. If you've already been a CNA and you're on the fence, and you've been on the fence about going to school, use this as a sign to go. Just go. Knock it out. Handle your business. Dedicate a year, 2 years, 3 years. It's possible. Yeah, I really like the engagement I got from last video, because I feel like it was real. I feel like I was, fixing some mistakes that I made in previous videos, as in like being politically correct, because I don't think it's no way to be politically correct when you're dealing with a career industry that, you know, you want to do. And if I am giving you guys the real, you can do this. Like, it's very possible. It's doable. Just put in the work. Become a CNA, do your CNA thing for a little bit, and then figure it out. I think everybody can figure it out. Don't want to make this video too long, but you can expect a lot more from me in March. This block has been crazy. Like, I've had zero time to post, zero time to work, zero time to, you know, even go to the gym. Stuff like go to the gym. All I do is like come home, spend a little bit of time with my girlfriend. We got stuff falling in my room, and it's just me in here. Yikes. I guess it's time for me to wrap up this video. I'll see you guys on the next one. That's all I got for y'all. I hope this helped. And this is early morning Zed energy, so I'm sorry if it's a little low. Expect more from me. All right? All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Peace.